Alright, what's up guys? NinjaDeathStrike back with the next section of my collection overview, and surprise, surprise, guess what's not running? TCGO. Down for at least another 24 hours, probably longer than that. I swear I should have started a poll when they announced it was coming out in a week, and we all could have guessed when it's actually going to be out, but who knows, maybe we'll get it by tomorrow afternoon. Maybe not. I'm going to go with no. I'm guessing at least one more day of absolutely nothing. They did make a post on PokeGym. Professor Mathis posted that there were so many bugs they couldn't get them, and he just told everyone to go home and give up for the night. So they're going to get back at it tomorrow morning. Hopefully they'll fix it, and maybe then I'll be able to do some videos. But until then, we're going to look at some old cards. So finished up fighting last night. We're going to move on to Psychic, which has my favorite card of all time. But let's start off with this Japanese Slowking. It's not hollow, but I just love the picture, so I included him in my rare hollow binder. Great picture. I forget what he does. It might be the same power that the other one had that gets trainers out of your hand, but I can't remember. Next up we have a rare hollow Starmie. Again, this was just a regular rare in our Neo set, but full hollow in the Japanese set, and it looks really cool, so I'm glad I have that one. Fireworks Jinx. I mean, it's a Jinx, but it's got that cool firework art. Next up is an e-reader Gengar, who's just chilling out in the desert for whatever reason. He does a Pokepower Chaos move. Once during your turn, if your opponent has 3 or fewer prizes, you may move 1 damage counter from one of your Pokemon to another. This power can't be used if Gengar is affected by a special condition. Oh, from one Pokemon. It doesn't have to be yours, so you can move it to theirs. That's pretty cool. I think the original had a move that was just like that. But definitely a unique card art. I don't know why he's in the desert, but whatever. Then we have an e-reader Slowking, who has a really great card art. Yeah, nothing too spectacular about it though. An e-reader Mew with a very unique style, almost like a watercolor painting card art that's pretty cool. It's relaxed in there, got its feet crossed. An e-reader Hypno, who is another one of my favorite card arts of all time. Not quite my favorite, but it's really good. Let me zoom in. If you guys can see, this is a guy sleeping at his desk, and Hypno is sneaking into his window and eating his dream. I love the picture on this card. It's so good. So I don't know if he's actually any good on his own, though. I just have it for the card art. Sleep Pendulum. Once during your turn, if Hypno is your active Pokemon, flip a coin. Okay, so it's kind of like a worse version of the one we had in Heart Gold, Soul Silver. Yep. And now we're at my favorite card of all time, this e-reader Mewtwo. And how badass is this card art? He's got the whole crucifix going on, crucifix pose. There's thunder and lightning coming down in the background. Full hollow, just totally badass look on his face. This is my favorite card of all time. I love this card. I mean, its attacks aren't that great, but the card art is just amazing. And again, an e-reader card, of course. Next up, we have a Bannet. Has a pretty cool card art, I guess. A Dusclops. A Slowking with Item Search. Once during your turn, you may search your deck for a Pokemon Tool card, show it to your opponent, and put it into your hand. That would actually be pretty useful in today's format. A bunch of unknown that Shuffle just lets you switch them around. They're all from Unseen Forces down here. Unseen Forces was horrible because every unknown has its own rare hollow. So it completely screwed over your chances of getting good things. I only have 4 of them. I used to have more, I'm pretty sure. but I never bought those packs just because of all the unknown. Next up is a Lunatone. As long as you have Solrock in play, each player's fire Pokemon can't use any Poke Powers. That's mediocre. A Wobbuffet. That reduces or increases your opponent's retreat cost if it evolves from Why Not. I used to have the Safeguard Wobbuffet, but it got lost, like many of my other cards. Gengar. This was a pretty good one, I think. Gengar is knocked out by damage from an opponent's attack. Put 3 damage counters on one of your opponent's Pokemon. There was also an item, Curse Powder, I think, that put 3, so you could attach it to Gengar and do 60 damage every time he got knocked out, which is pretty cool. And again, he has a React Energy thing. It lets you do 40 for 1 snipe if you have a React Energy on him. So I guess it would be 40 for 2. Now we get to a bunch of Mews that I have. This one's from Hidden Legends. Once during your turn, you may choose one of the defending Pokemon. Mew is the same type as that Pokemon until the end of your turn. Don't know how useful that is, but it's cool, I guess. A promo one with Reactive Barrier. As long as it has any reactive Pokemon. Prevents all effects of attack excluding damage, so no special conditions, but it's not that great. And another promo one, De-Evolution Beam. That's cool, I guess. But you have to flip a coin. Mime Jr., I guess, is cool. Not really. A Dusclops from Crystal Guardians. Curse Glare, as long as Dusclops is your active Pokemon, your opponent can't attach special energy cards except Dark and Metal from his hand, so that's kind of cool. Delta Species Typhlosion. This one's reverse hollow, but that's okay. It's Psychic type, which is cool. Once during your turn, if Typhlosion is your active Pokemon, you may move 1 damage counter from either player's Pokemon to another Pokemon. So it's the same as Gengar, just better. Ninetales with a really cool card art. Volunteer. Once during your turn, you may remove 4 damage counters from Ninetales and discard Ninetales from Vulpix. If you do, search your deck for Ninetales or Ninetales EX and put it on to Vulpix. That's kind of cool. Another Gengar with another pretty cool picture. Better than the desert one. Dusknoir. Very cool. This is the first Dusknoir card because it's with Diamond and Pearl. First time Dusknoir was a thing. Dark Palm. Once during your turn, if your opponent has 4 or more bench Pokemon, you may choose one of them, shuffle that Pokemon, all cards attached to it, into the deck. So it really limits the bench to 3, cuts off 2 bench spots, which is pretty rough. Next up we have a Crobat from Majestic Dawn. Once during your turn, when you play Crobat from your hand to evolve, choose one of the defending Pokemon. That Pokemon is now poisoned, and it's Toxic Poison. 2 damage counters instead of 1. An Alakazam, Power Cancel. Once during your opponent's turn, when your opponent's Pokemon uses any Poke Power, discard 2 cards from your hand and prevent all effects of that Poke Power. That's pretty neat. Very disruptive. A Nidoking. You'll notice a lot of my Diamond and Pearl cards seem to be reverse hollow. I'm just realizing that. Unless that was the way they did hollows at the time, it might be, but I don't think there's any hollow foil on that card art itself, so I'm not sure if it's reverse hollow or not. Here's another Hypno. It's boring. Picture's kind of cool, I guess. And the Ancient Mew. I don't actually know what it does. I mean, I can read the HP and the attack, but I don't know what the stuff does. So if anyone actually got the card translated, leave me a comment and let me know what it says. Like, I have some of it figured out. This is Retreat, the attack takes 2 Psychics, its name and its HP, but I don't know what this is. So that's going to do it for Psychic. Moving on to Steel. We have a Rare Hollow Metal Energy, very fancy. Skarmory, E-Reader, Steel-type Magneton, Magnet Rise. Once during your turn, if Magneton's your active Pokemon, flip a coin. If heads, choose 2 of your opponent's Pokemon that has any energy attached to them. Choose one of the energy attached to each of those Pokemon and switch them. So that's kind of disruptive and kind of cool if they play a multi-type deck. E-Reader Scissor that can't be poisoned. A Fortress, pretty cool card art. Mawile. Magnezone, which I have a ton of. I must have had a Magnezone deck at some point because I think I have 4 of these guys. But it has Magnetize, which reduces its energy cost to 0. It's actually like Dark Cloak because it works on anything. Bronzong, Miracle, Oracle. Once during your turn, you may draw a card, discard a card from your hand. If you discard an energy card, draw 1 more card. So pretty neat draw engine. Dialga with an item attached to him. If an active Pokemon has a weakness to Steel type, Dialga's attacks do 20 more damage. That's cool. And last up for Steel is a promo Shieldon. I guess the card art's pretty cool, but that's about it. And we have Dark, which will be the last thing for tonight. There's a Rare Hollow Dark Metal Energy. Tyranitar with Darkness Aura just makes all the energy on him Dark type, which is cool. Houndoom, an awesome Houndoom. Check out the card art on that. I'll see if I can get it to flash. There we go. Very cool. And again, takes the fire and the dark energies to attack. A Mightyena, which is actually one of my favorite Pokemon. Another Mightyena. This one's Steel type, so that's cool. Another Mightyena. Yeah. Tyranitar from Majestic Dawn. Look at how expensive that attack is. 2 fighting, 2 dark. Sharpedo, which the rough skin just does 20 damage every time it's attacked. One of many Darkrai's. Cool picture though. I think maybe this was the first Darkrai, but I'm not sure. Another Darkrai, the promo one. This one's really good. Once during your turn, you put Darkrai from your hand onto your bench, choose a defending Pokemon, and it's now asleep. And then Dark Slumber. At the end of your opponent's next turn, the defending Pokemon is now asleep, so it puts them asleep going into your turn. And then it heals if it's asleep. Maybe it's Darkrai level X, I'm thinking, that had the really good Poke Power. I thought it was this one, but I guess it's not. And then promo one with an Enigma Berry. If Darkrai is damaged by an attack from your opponent's fighting Pokemon, remove 4 damage counters at the end of that turn, assuming it's not knocked out, which it very well might be. And then it takes no Spatial Rend and Roar of Time, so it released alongside that event Darkrai. It's pretty cool. And another Mightyena, and a really cool one. I like the picture on this one a lot. And it has a Pokebody Intimidating Fang. As long as Mightyena is your active Pokemon, any damage done to your Pokemon by opponent's attacks reduced by 10. It's kind of a tanky one. Then I have a bunch of Umbreons, because Umbreon is my favorite Pokemon. I have them all together. This is the first one, I think, from Neo Discovery, I believe. Sandstorm, cool picture. Just a regular rare, though. Majestic Dawn. And then I actually bought a couple of the newer ones when I was home just to get them. The Undaunted and the Call of Legends one. They're the same, just different card arts. Umbreon Prime, the only Umbreon that I actually own. The only Prime that I actually own. This one from Aquapolis, which is really cool. Probably my second favorite card art of all time. He's chilling on a roof. His power, Dark Moon. as long as Umbreon is your active Pokemon and has any dark energy attached to it. Once during your turn, you may look at your opponent's hand. Choose from it a number of cards up to the number of dark energy attached to Umbreon. Shuffle them into your opponent's deck. Then your opponent draws the same number of cards. That's really disruptive, really strong power, and just a great card art. And then I have a reverse holo one from I forget what it's from. Don't remember. One of the e-reader sets. But it's not Aquapolis. It's the one after that. But Dark Gaze, as long as Umbreon is your active Pokemon, bench Pokemon can't use Pokepowers. So that's pretty good too. And that does it for regular Pokemon. All that's left is my EXs and my secret rares, so we'll get to those tomorrow. Assuming TCGO isn't up. If it is, you'll get one of those videos, and we'll do the EXs later. But thumbs up if you liked the video. If you know what that Ancient Mew does, leave me a comment. And leave me a comment letting me know when you think TCGO will be up, or if it'll be up tomorrow. And that's going to do it for this episode. Thanks for watching, guys. More coming your way shortly.